day and welcome to AGK's Vinyl Life. I'm your host, Anthony K, and today is Sunday, September 6, 2020. And on this week's video, I'm starting a thread. That's right, I'm starting a thread. And this is a thread that I've been hinting at for quite some weeks now, through August, that I was planning to do, and it is a thread, but it is also going to be a contest thread. And I'll explain to you about the contest thread, part of it, in a few minutes. But first, I'm just going to talk about the actual thread itself and what my thread is going to entail. But before I do any of those things, I just want to say thank you, everybody. A big thank you to everybody that watched my record store day videos. I released two, one last weekend after I'd gone shopping to show my finds, and one earlier in the week. Both videos did fantastic, but the one a week ago, my record store day finds video, has had over 2,500 views. I'm blown away. I am humbled. I don't know what to say except thank you, everybody that has watched that video. I can't believe it's had over 2,500 views, and I've gained obviously a ton of subscribers also because of that video, and thank you for that. And I also stream every day on Rachel the Music Mam's channel. Everybody knows, I think, who Rachel the Music Mam is. But she runs a live stream almost every day, and I join in. I'm a regular there, along with so many other members of the vinyl community that pop in and out. And sometimes we have up to 10 people in the stream at once. We have a lot of fun, and I've gained a lot of subscribers from doing those streams too. And we have all sorts of people from the VC coming on there. We've had Mazzy on there, Groovy Lisa, Invisible Ray, so many, Prog Rock Tommy, so many VC members are joining in on the streams. Miranda Holloway, so many people. So come and check out our streams. Have fun. If you want to be on camera, everybody's welcome to join in the stream or just join in the chat. We have a lot of fun, and I've gained so many followers from that as well. And when I had planned this thread, it was I've been talking about this in a couple of previous videos, that I was planning to do my end of summer thread. That was the plan, end of summer thread / contest thread. But because of, last week's record store day video and the streaming I've been doing on Rachel the Music Mam's channel, I've gained a ton of followers, and thank you everybody that has subscribed to me. Can't believe it. I am at over 470 subscribers now. I didn't think I'd be doing a 500 subscribers contest for quite a few months. I mean, I just had my 100 subs contest back in June, and now I'm almost at 500. So this is not only an end of summer thread / contest video, but it's also going to be, I guess, my 500 subs contest video, because this is a thread / contest thread. I'm certainly not going to be doing another thread when I get to 500 subs, which is less than 30 people away now. And so I'm gonna, this is kind of a pre 500 subs thread and contest, as well as being my end of summer thread and contest, as well as being a record store day contest, because the prize that I will be giving away from this thread is a brand new 2020 record store day album, which I'll be showing a little later. Okay, so let's get on with it. I don't want to waste any more time. Let's explain the thread. I'd like to see everybody jump on this thread in the vinyl community, because I think this is a thread that really needs to be done. What I noticed the most in the vinyl community is that everybody's kind of stuck in their era. And I love you guys all. I love all the vinyl community channels, enjoy watching them all, but I'm seeing nothing but 60s, 70s, and 80s albums. And I can, I'm excluding 1990s and 2000s vinyl LPs, because there was next to no vinyl in the 90s and 2000s. So I'm not even talking about the 90s or 2000s. And most of the vinyl community members are showing vinyl from the 60s through to, the early 90s. And but I'm not seeing new artists and new recordings getting shown. And I collect everything. I've got vinyl from the 60s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, a little bit of 90s, a little bit of 2000s, and of course tons from the 2010s, and even, a pile from 2020 already. So, but I feel like sometimes I'm the only one showing 2010's vinyl. And yeah, so my thread, I will allow CDs, and there'll be a catch to allowing CDs in the contest, which I'll explain it later. There will be a catch if you have to show a CD, because I know some people, you know, still only buy CDs, or, you know, they can't afford to buy albums. Obviously CDs are cheaper, and new vinyl is more expensive than buying a CD. So I am going to allow CDs with a catch in this thread, but I would prefer it to be vinyl. And if it's all vinyl, there will be, you know, as far as the contest portion goes, there'll be a big bonus for you showing only vinyl. So like I said, I see vinyl community members always showing kind of the same 60s, 70s, 80s music, but there's so much fantastic music beyond those decades, and we need to get out of being stuck in whatever eras we're stuck in and show some love to the up-and-coming artists, the new artists that have risen in the 2010s, and existing classic artists that are producing new music in the 2010s. Because, you know, I see people showing, you know, whatever, Deep Purple, and showing all the classic albums, but very few people are showing, you know, the Deep Purple's 2010s music, which I did a whole video on a couple of weeks ago about Deep Purple in 2010s. So this thread was going to be my end of summer thread, but it is officially, I'm calling it Show Me Your 2010s. And I want to see at least 5 2010s vinyl albums, but I will allow CD if you absolutely do not have vinyl. But like I said, there'll be a catch to that in the prizes. I want to see at least 5 2010s to 2020 vinyl albums from either 60s, 70s, and 80s artists that are still recording new material or releasing brand new live recordings here in the 2010s. And I want to see brand new artists that have released their first album and subsequent albums, but their first album must have started in the 2010s. So I hope I explained that well. I will allow 1960s and 70s and 80s artists, but what you show from those artists has to have been released. And it can't be a repress or a remaster or a live recording that was recorded in 1969 but released for the first time in 2012. They have, if it's a live recording, it must be a live recording that was recorded in the 2010s. And I'll show you some examples right now to make it all clear to you, to make it so much simpler. So for example, if you want to show me, and like I said, I want to see at least 5, there will be prizes. There will be the minimum I want to see shown is 5 albums, but I would also, if you can show 10, there'll be a bonus. If you can show 15, there'll be an even bigger bonus. But I want to see at least 5, and of everything you show, whether you show 5, 10, or 15, at least half of them have to be new artists that have released their first material here in the 2010s. So half of them must be new artists. So for example, if you show me 5 albums, 3 of them have to be new artists, 2 of them can be older artists from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. If you show me 10 albums, 5 of them have to be new artists. The other 5 can be older artists from the 60s, 70s, 80s. If you show me 15 albums, 8 of them have to be from brand new artists that have released their first recording in the 2010s, or 60s, 70s, and 80s artists that have released new material in the 2010s. So I hope that's all makes sense. And here are some samples, and then I will show you the prize and the details of the contest after that. But here we go. This is and I'm showing about 10 from each artist here, but like I said, you can show 5, 10, or 15. And here's an example. For example, Jeff Lynn, ELO, Jeff Lynn's ELO. Of course, we all know ELO from the 70s and early 80s, but Jeff Lynn is still recording albums here in the 2010s. And in fact, he's released 2 studio albums and a live album, all in the 2010s. This is his latest album, From Out of Nowhere, from just last November 2019. So Jeff Lynn, Out of Nowhere, 2010's studio LP. Jeff Lynn's ELO, Wembley or Bust, live album, from just a couple of years ago. And another one, Jeff Lynne, Alone in the Universe. Yet a second studio album that he's released, all in 2010s. So there's an example of a 70s, 80s artist that is still releasing studio albums and live albums. And you, of course, can show either or a combination of both. Another artist that has just released an album this year, 2020, Ozzy Osbourne, Ordinary Man, 2020, studio LP. Just came out a few weeks ago, an absolutely spectacular album. The first studio album from this band in 29 years, The Psychedelic Furs, Made of Rain. This is spectacular. 80s band, Psychedelic Furs, Made of Rain. This album is absolutely incredible. Made of Rain. Just released this year. The Who. Yeah, The Who, live at Hyde Park in 2015, and this just came out a few weeks ago. Just a few weeks ago, The Who, live in Hyde Park in 2015 performance. And not only did The Who release that, but they released a brand new studio album in December, and it is fantastic. The Who, and it's just called Who. And this was released in December, and it is absolutely spectacular. Another great, Neil Young and Crazy Horse, brand new studio album from 2019. I think from the year before that, 2018, I believe, Santana, Africa Speaks, from 2018. Or it might have been actually last year, 19. But yeah, Santana's still going, brand new studio album by him. And he's actually had a few albums in the 2010s. Judas Priest, who have released at least a couple studio albums, one of them being Firepower. Of course, another great, 70s, 80s band. Firepower, fantastic spin. Just from a couple years ago. Of course, one of my all-time favorites, Mr. Alice Cooper, who of course released Welcome to My Nightmare, the follow-up to his Welcome to My Nightmare album from the 70s. He released that studio album. He released the fantastic, which I love this album, Paranormal. He released Paranormal just, I think, 3 years ago. And 2 years ago, released this double live in Paris. Olympia in Paris album from just a couple of years ago, double live album. So Alice has been a very busy boy, and he's released more stuff than that. He's released singles, EPs, everything. Another one of my all-time favorite artists are, of course, the synth pop giants from the 80s, the Pet Shop Boys, who've released 3 studio albums, and actually 4, but 3 studio albums in the 2010s, Elysium, Electric, and Super, all in the 2010s. They've released a live album last year, and this year, of course, released their 4th album in the 2010s, Hotspot, which I've shown many times before, so I'm not showing it now. Another, great band started off as Joy Division and became New Order, and they ruled, through the 80s and early 90s, and they, of course, released a brand new studio album in the middle of the 2010s, around 2015. This one right here. Yep, and this was called Music Complete in 2015 And about a year ago, we even got a brand new live concert from Yes and their 50th anniversary tour. We've got Yes and the 50th anniversary live at the Apollo. So see, and I could name more groups. I could go on forever. So those are examples of 60s, 70s, 80s artists that are still releasing brand new music. That's the sort of things I want to see. Like I said, at least 50%, brand new artists that have released their first material in the 2010s. And I'll just give you some examples of some great artists that have come out. And there's so many. I could have pulled 100 2010s artists out. I really could. People in the VC tend to gravitate towards the music that was in their teen years, but I'm a person that loves all generations of music, and I'm always buying new music and following new artists, and because there's just so much wonderful music out there that we can't be stuck in an era. So to give you examples of new artists, Amy Shark from Australia, and this is her debut album, Love Monster. That's right, Love Monster Amy Shark from Australia. Fabulous spin. Fabulous spin. I've shown this one earlier this year. This is the Goners. Some great, you know, garage, hard rock, almost punk. Has a little bit of punk in it. The Goners. Good Morning from this year. Fantastic rock and roll. Haim, another band that has risen in the 2010s. These ladies, and this is their latest album, which is entitled Women in Music Part 3. This is Haim, another great band that have risen in the 2010s. Another great artist from Australia who's got 4 albums, all released in the 2010s. This latest one just came out not too long ago. Tame Impala. This fellow is fantastic. He's also from Australia. Tame Impala. And this is the Slow Rush album, his latest album. But he's got 4 releases from 2010s. Check them out. Tuvlo. Tuvlo, this is her latest album, Sunshine Kitty. She's got 3 albums that have all been released in the 2010s. And she's great. Tuvlo. Bruno, you want some funk? You want some almost like James Brown. You want some great funk and R&B and funk? Bruno Mars. And this is an album from, I think, 2016. Yeah, this is a 24 Karat Magic album from 2016. Bruno Mars, another great artist that's come to rise in the 2010s. Black Star Riders. This is Black Star Riders. And this is their 4th album, Another State of Grace. And Black Star Riders are made up of the front man, I guess you could call. Well, he's not really the front man, but he's the lead guitarist. The man that put this group together, Scott Gorham from Thin Lizzy fame. And they've released 4 albums, studio albums, in the 2010s. This one's from just a year ago, from last year. Fantastic rock and roll. Another State of Grace, in the tradition of Thin Lizzy. 2010s artist. With roots in, you know, the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Another artist I've mentioned before, and she's great. And I actually really think she's got a fantastic voice. And she's probably the most important pop diva right now in the 2010s. She's released 6 albums, studio albums, in the 2010s. She's Ariana Grande. And yes, that's right way up. And this is her Sweetener album. This is her Sweetener album from a couple of years ago. And I believe she is the #1 trending artist on Instagram. So she's an important artist, and she's got a spectacular voice. You know, we've had Madonna, we've had Britney Spears, we've had all these great pop divas, and now we've got Ariana Grande, who's just killing it now. Great, great, great voice. 2010's artist. Of course, a man I've talked about many a time, and we've actually had him on our live streams. Mark Anthony Kay and his project, which he calls Project Gemini. Fantastic progressive metal, independent artist, and he, of course, is a 2010s artist as well. The Project Gemini. He's released 4 albums in the 2010s. This is his latest in the year 3073, Book 1. Fantastic. Check him out. I've shown him many times before. But another 2010s artist. Another artist, Dua Lipa, who just released another album this year called Future Nostalgia, which is one of my favorite albums of this year. This is her debut album from a couple of years ago, called Dua Lipa. Fantastic artist, another, you know, synth pop diva who's going to be huge, 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 huge. She started in the 2010s. And how many more I got? A couple more. And second last but not least, is a fantastic rock band fronted by a female singer, and that female singer is by the name of Taylor Monison, who got her fame from being in the TV series Gossip Girl. And she's in a rock band. They've released 3 albums so far and are about to release their 4th album. And the name of that group is called The Pretty Reckless, and one of my favorite rock bands to come out of, for sure to come out of the 2010s, The Pretty Reckless. This is their Going to Hell album. Taylor Monison, Going to Hell, from a few years ago. I think this was 2014. Yeah, 2014 for Going to Hell. And their last album called The Pretty Reckless, Who You Selling For? Yeah, Who You Selling For? And this was from 2018, is it? 2016. Pretty Reckless, Who You Selling For? Fantastic rock and roll. fronted by Taylor Monison, and she's got a brand new album coming out. Pretty Reckless 4 is coming out this year. Highly, highly recommend. I was going to show, I didn't pull it, but I was going to show Greta Van Fleet too. They're like the Led Zeppelin for the new kids. If you've never heard of Greta Van Fleet, look them up, check them out. People have compared them to being a modern Led Zeppelin. But yeah, also risen in the 2010s. And last but not least, a Canadian artist, also fronted by a female singer, just like the Pretty Reckless. They are Diamonds, a hard rock and roll band, and this album was actually nominated for a Juno Award here in Canada. And this album was from, I believe, 2015. Yes, 2015. Diamonds, hard rock, fronted by Priya Panda. And this album was actually nominated for a Juno Award. So those are examples of new artists and older artists that have released new material. That's what I want to see in your videos. I want to see, and then we'll get to the contest part of it. And like I said, I'd like to see minimum 5 titles being shown. If you show 5, 3 of them have to be from brand new 2010s artists. The other 2 can be from older artists. If you show 10, 5 of them have to be from new artists, and 5 of them from older artists that have released new materials in the 2010. And if you show 15, 8 of them have to be from new artists, and 7 from old artists that have released new material in 2010s. And yeah, so I did 5, 10, 15, and the reason I did that is because when I do the drawing for the prize, it will be based on what you submitted. Like I said, I will allow CDs as well. If you absolutely must show a CD, I will allow it, but I want these things to be on vinyl. And the way I'm going to work it is, if you show me, for example, 5 albums, but something that you show is on CD, you will get 1 ticket in the barrel for the draw. If you show me 5 albums and they're all on vinyl, you'll get 2 tickets in the barrel for the draw. If you show me 10 albums and they're all on vinyl, you will get 3 tickets in the barrel for the draw. And if you show me 15 albums, you'll get 4 tickets in the barrel in the draw. If in your 10 or 15 you show a CD, you still only get 1 ticket. Anybody that shows a CD, they only get 1 ticket in the hat, in the jar, in the barrel for the big draw. And like I said, at least half of them have to be from new 2010s artists, and the other half, if you want, can be from 60s, 70s, 80s artists that have released new stuff in the 2010s. If you want to do all 5 of yours being brand new artists, that's allowed. If you want to do 10 that are all brand new artists from the 2010s, that's allowed. If you want to do 15 brand new artists, even better. Even better. In fact, I will do this. You show me 15 albums by brand new artists on vinyl, I will put 5 tickets in the barrel. That's right, 15 albums on vinyl from new 2010s artists, different artists. You can't show me, the complete catalog of Ariana Grande. It has to be, per artist. 15 new artists from the 2010. I'll put 5 tickets in the barrel. So I think that's pretty good. And of course, the prize, of course, is the most important thing. And it is this sealed copy, released only in Canada on the August Record Store Day, of McCartney, the Abbey Road Half-Speed Master, released in August here on Record Store Day. This is a sealed copy. This is the prize for the contest. McCartney Half-Speed Mastered, sealed, Record Store Day. And this only came out in Canada on Record Store Day, and it does not come out till the end of September. It does not come out till the end of September for the rest of the world on Record Store Day. So the next Record Store Day drop will feature this album. But if you want to get your hands on a free copy of this album and get your hands on it before it is released in the rest of the world, like in the United States, that's your chance. And the most important thing that you must do is that, unfortunately, I can only give this prize to people in Canada and the United States. I'm really sorry about that, but unfortunately I can only give this prize out to people in Canada or the United States just due to the shipping costs. I would love everybody in the world to enter the thread and show me your stuff, but unfortunately the prize, I can only give it to people in Canada or the United States, as the shipping from previous experience to UK or anywhere in Europe or Australia or whatever, A, it takes months, and B, it's extremely expensive. If I want to even to send it, bargain basement is over $30 to send bargain basement to UK or anywhere in Europe, and if I want it tracked, it's like $60. So I just can't afford to send something to Europe. It's just, and it would get there, it would take forever to get there. But this I will be offering to Canada and US people only. I'm terribly sorry about that, because I can mail it for a fair price, and it will get you all in within a week or so. But if there is somebody in Europe that really, UK or Europe, that really wants to win this, you will have to pay the shipping. So I want to see the videos go up. As with all contests, you must be a subscriber to my channel to enter the contest. When you post your video, please notify me either through direct message on Instagram or a comment below this video in the comment section. Please let me know you've made the video, and I will add it to a playlist, and I will check it daily and review the entries daily and add them to the playlist. So if you've made a video and you don't see it on the playlist, please notify me so I can make sure to watch it and put it on the playlist. And this contest is a short contest. It's only running for 9 days. It is going to conclude on Tuesday, September 15th. That's right, Tuesday, September 15th. It's running for just over 1 week, 1 week and 2 days. So 9 days from now. So get your videos up this week, because I want this contest to be over on the 15th so that I can mail you your copy of McCartney, and you will get it before the next Record Store Day drop. So I think I've covered all the rules. 5, 10, or 15 albums. If you show a CD, you get 1 ticket in the barrel. If you do 5 vinyls, that's 2 tickets. 10 vinyls, that's 3 tickets. 15 vinyl records, that's 4 tickets. And if it's 15 vinyl records from all new artists, 5 tickets in the barrel for the draw. And the winner will get this Record Store Day exclusive half-speed mastered McCartney's first album pressing. And if I do reach 500 subs during the course of this contest, because contests always generate new subscribers, if I reach 500 subs, whoever is the 500th subscriber, I will contact you for a special prize. And so I will be drawing the winner of this contest in just 9 days. So get on it, people. Get your videos done. Get them posted this week. And I'd love to see what you guys do carry on the thread. And even if you can't win the prize, I'd love to see people all jump on this thread, because I think it's time to give 2010's artists and releases some love in the VC. So everybody jump on this, prizes or not. And as always, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Turn the notification bell on. And any questions, come see me on our live streams on Rachel the Music Man's channel. If you have any questions about this thread or contest, I'm streaming there almost every day, and you can come ask me questions about it. That's it. That's all. And don't forget to look me up on Instagram @_AGK's Lifetime of Vinyl, where I try to post a spin of the day every day. I've been on holiday for this past week, so I'll be resuming posting in the next day or two on my Instagram. And I will see you all in 9 days with the prize winning video. And that's it. Cheers, everybody. Rock and roll.